When I talk about the PianoWell system, I love to emphasize that it's lived knowledge. What that means is that it's not a system of rules. It's not something that was born on the pages of books or a dry theory that was passed down from one authority to another, but it's a system of discovery. It was born from the experience and tested over the past 30 years. It was born from, or rather through survival, through real necessity to be accepted, to be loved, through thousands upon thousands of hours of trials, well, first insights, then trials, then tests, then experiments, then even more thousands of hours of errors, and that circle repeats over and over again in the past 30 years. And of course, I've been teaching in the past 20 years, and that also refined all the knowledge and through all the mistakes the students were making. My dear mother had given up her dream of becoming a pianist, and passively, of course, that dream was placed upon me. And that caused the absence of childhood. There was no celebrations, no friends, no personal freedom as well. There was only practice. And unfortunately, practicing piano had nothing to do with art itself. Again, it had everything to do with survival. As you understand, when expectations are high, mistakes are not tolerated. As in any professional education from early age, your self-worth felt pretty much tied to your ability to play the piano well. So practicing the piano and ability to play well was, again, more survival rather than fun. And what do we do when we want something so hard but we don't know exactly how to do it? We practice more. And I was not the exception. But no matter how hard I tried, something always felt wrong. I think my teacher's method could be described as being rigid, this kind of theory, that's what I mentioned before, kind of like passed down from authority to authority, creating a lot of confusion. Sometimes it felt simply mechanical. Yeah, most of the time it was really harmful, physically, emotionally, and mentally. And I was constantly told to practice more, to fix my technique, or to simply relax. But no one could really explain how exactly to do this. And of course, all this frustration of not being able to follow my teacher's advice, I took as my fault, and that did not help the survival mode that I was already in at my own home. I believe at the age of 13, with no one to turn on, I started to ask questions, my own intuition. I started to look inside for the answers rather than outside. And most of the ideas came to me the way even now I can't explain. I would wake up in the middle of the night with the solutions to the questions that's been on my mind for some months or years. While practicing the piano, new formulas, new patterns, new connections between the dots would just emerge in my mind. It felt so overwhelming. I just could not continue practicing. It's still happening till now. And so now I already learned I have to have this little notebook, or now I have this, iPad with me. So I have to stop. I have to write down all the ideas. So then I can continue practice and able to focus on actually what I'm doing on the piano when I'm playing. But the main point, the way I would describe it, it did not feel like I was inventing something, but it always felt like I am remembering something that had been already there. Or another way to put it, in a more spiritual way, if there is a place where all the answers already exist, through the sound, somehow I was able to tune in into that vibration and right away download, receive all the information. And for many years, I think at least 15 years, I kept all these insights to myself. I simply was writing them into my notebooks, testing them through thousands of hours, through hundreds of different pieces. And what was really inspiring is that when I entered Moscow Conservatory, we had to study great pedagogues, and I read through their books, and all the questions that they laid out, open questions in their books, I had already found the answers. All the struggles that they had, all the sort of like open questions to the next generation, all the answers I had in my notebooks that I was writing when I was 16 or 17 years old. And me being me and raised that certain way, where my self-esteem was very, very low, despite all those discoveries, I still felt not worthy. I still doubted myself. I couldn't believe that it all was real. And then, of course, when I started teaching and I started seeing students producing exactly the same results, part of me was not surprised, but big part of me felt so proud, and that was really like a real proof that everything that was in my mind, it's real, it's out there, it's in the world, and it works. And I'm really hoping that you will be able to experience one day the work of my life so far, and the amazing discoveries that you can experience for yourself when you follow this teaching.